Hello, hello. I'm going to apologise straight away for any background noise you hear because currently my son's in his room singing his heart out and my daughters are upstairs and they can sense when I'm doing a voiceover and they will, no doubt, come downstairs and want something. In fact, I think we might just be right on cue here. There we go. Yes, Piper.
Can you please turn my phone?
Anyway, welcome to part one of my garden, I want to say makeover, but I'm just tidying it up now really. I am giving it a makeover because I am painting the fence and stuff like that. It's a new fence that's in and I will be painting it and that, so it will be a makeover eventually, but right now I just need to get right in to the nitty gritty and get it all cleaned out because that table is literally still tipped over there from the storm we had. I've not moved it and that was a while ago, so it is just basically let's scrape it all back to nothing and then I can start adding in my little bits. I kind of love the cottagecore type feel, but like a courtyard. I feel like that little area that I'm standing in there is like a little courtyard and I think it would be beautiful with just like the lights, and it's something I've always wanted to do in that area, so I think I will be eventually putting in the lights and stuff, but we really need to get rid of the weeds and stuff. And that box is full of apples from the tree. The tree in the background there behind the fire pit is an apple tree and we get a lot of apples from it, and some of them unfortunately do go to waste and fall onto the ground and bruise, and yeah, that box just had rotten apples and things in it. The part I'm at the now is all the ferns, so we get nice ferns on that wall, and obviously they've dried out and it's just a case of scooping all them back. Yeah, just weeding really. See, I say weeding, but you know the cracks in between the paving stones, because I like that kind of cottagey feel. I don't want to strip it right back to like take all the moss and stuff out, because I absolutely love that look with the moss in between the cracks and the slabs and stuff, and it's a beautiful moss that's there. I think there's 2 different kinds of mosses I've got growing there. I wish I'd done a close-up. I don't know the name, but I do really love them, and every year I get a little bit more and more growing, and I've transplanted the other area where the table is, which you'll see soon. I transplanted some of those as well, and hopefully that'll kind of all grow over with the moss as well, because I really just do love that look. Get my gloves on. It was a beautiful day today, an absolute stunning day, but it was really cold in the shade, and that's why I have my hoodie on most of the day. I feel like I've had the cold. My body kind of likes to threaten me with a cold, and then I kind of get half of the cold and it doesn't kind of come full blown for me, but I've been a bit run down and stuff, and I've had the cold threaten my body, so I do have my hoodie on, and I did feel the cold in the shade. So although it was a beautiful day here in Scotland, it was still quite a little bit better for me. Please ignore the Asda basket. I mean, what can I say? I never stole the basket from Asda. It was someone else who brought it to my house. And you know what? It does the job for the weeds. So I don't know if I was meant to just get rid of that Asda slogan or what the hell is the deal there, but I don't really care. It is what it is. Just cleaning up behind the fire pit. That fire pit is gorgeous. I love the rusty way it's went. It was all painted black. It was made for us from a family friend using old gas bottles. It was gifted to us from a friend because I had unfortunately lost a baby, and it was the summer, and just sitting out, he thought that sitting out in the night like it nice summer nights after the loss of our baby would be nice. So yeah, that was gifted to us, and I still have it. I'm absolutely gutted about these lights as well that are coming down. They were beautiful last year, but I've just kind of left them up there on the washing line over winter, and they've unfortunately ruined. I'm just trying to see if I can fix them, but all the wiring came away, and I thought if I pull all the wiring out and I'm just left with the shell, I can do something with them. But then I thought, you know what, let's just buy new ones, because I don't know, there's not really much I can do. They're done. Yes! I have literally been interrupted like 5 times already. The coffee I'm drinking, by the way, is not the same one I made in the beginning of the video. I'd made a cup of tea this morning and thought it would be nice to do, you know, like the aesthetically pleasing, come have a slow morning with me. Oh my god. So I did. I made a cup of tea and I was going to go in the garden, and then my gorgeous girlfriend phoned me and we sat and had a chat for a bit. So that's my second coffee. Well, I had a tea, but that's just my other coffee. I am going to stop blethering and let the ASMR take over here, because I love it. And that's the first little part done. My little courtyard area. Just giving you a little overview, even though it's shaky as hell. Little overview of what I did so far. Didn't take too long. I think that's my favourite part of the garden, to be honest. I just absolutely love sitting in there in the morning. But here's the second part, and let me tell you, muddy, because I filmed this part, okay, and then I moved on to the table section. So you'll see that I'm just doing this small part, like literally from where the table finishes to the steps. I do that area, and then I moved on and I dismantled the table and stuff. And I went back and it was filming for like 20 minutes, like me dismantling the table, and it didn't even take that long. And I went back to the camera to check it, and I wasn't filming. I could have cried, so I literally just crashed out and got my daughter, who was off school, and we went to Starbucks, and just like I went to Asda, got a few bits for the dinner, went and got a Starbucks, and we chilled for a bit because I was fuming. I was absolutely fuming, but we move on. We're moving on. It's fine. I did insert a little picture of us in Starbucks in the space where the footage of the table dismantle is meant to be. I was going to put like a little soundtrack of wah wah wah, but I thought, let's just move on. Move on. I really enjoy it, you know. I absolutely love gardening. And with my business, it's going really well, and we are busy for the majority of the time. I think we've only got like every second Wednesday or something free now, so that's like 6 days a week at work. But I made a promise to myself that I would never work past 3 o'clock after the kids come home. That's my time. So my thoughts are now that the summer and the spring is here, that between 3 and then making dinner at night, like the evening meal, will be our time for the garden, so that the garden doesn't slip again, and we can just get done what needs done, and then eventually when it is done we can enjoy the garden in the summer. So that's the plan. Hopefully that works out, because I do, like, that's my happy place. I absolutely love the garden. Like, it's absolutely where I love being. So, and there we go. There's the... I was so annoyed. So annoyed. Anyway, yeah, so this is just a little bed. I put lavender in here last year, and it's actually taken really well in this area. I have planted another little plum tree there. I don't know why I said another. It's the only plum tree, but I was on about like the apple tree. I've got an apple tree. Oh wow, and the plum tree. So, yeah. So this little rocky area part, this has changed so much since we moved in. I've had raised beds here, and oh my god, it's changed a lot. I don't even know if I've got any other pictures of that from our garden that I could put in, maybe part 2 of how my garden used to look. But I really like this little bit, and I'm definitely going to get other little flowers to add in and stuff. You always have to check to make sure that plants are going to go with other plants and stuff. You don't want to have other plants take over the little ones, because that's never... yeah, so the back bit over there, I'm pointing, wow, beside my door and stuff is like a potting area. That'll probably be in part 2. I'm looking forward to getting into that as well. But it is a nice little area. This is the other part of the rocky bit. It just goes right along, and then it comes to the steps. The steps are really braw. I've put this is where I like the moss and stuff coming down the steps and that, and I've put in... Sorry, I think my daughter came back from Ireland. She was away for St Patrick's Day, and she just came back, so that was me talking to her. But yeah, the steps I've put in, I can't even remember the names of them. I'm going to have to start writing this down so that I can actually sound like I know what I'm saying, like I know what I'm talking about. Beautiful white flowers that kind of trail down the steps. Obviously they're not out now because it's only just turned to spring, but they look absolutely stunning in the summer, and I'm in love with them. And I'm going to get more and put them around the garden, because I just love those little delicate white flowers that just kind of spread out. Oh my gosh, it's such a beautiful, beautiful... it's so aesthetically pleasing. I absolutely love it. Definitely a little country cottagecore. Cottagecore, yeah, that's what we like. I love cottagecore. It's my favourite. There's a lot of rabbiting on in this because, as I said, my daughter just came back and I hadn't seen her in like 3 days, so we were just catching up. She got a new tattoo and stuff, so we were just catching up, and she was letting me know how our Ireland trip was. I'm pretty sure I've left a lecture in for my other daughter as well. She messaged me at lunchtime and asked if she could come home because she wasn't feeling well. She was feeling dizzy and stuff. And she'd literally been back.
He feels super duper nice.
Good. Can I do this voiceover, please? Would you like to say hello?
Hi.
Mwah. Right. And you go and let me do this, darling.
Bye bye, my favorite friends. Make sure to like and subscribe, by the way.
Anyway. She'd only been in like, I don't know, 20 minutes, and she's like, Mum, can I go to Devon's? And I was like, really? You just literally came home meant to be not well. So there's a bit of a little lecture coming up, I think. If I've left it in, I can't remember. Why not shame her? Shame her into going back to school. Actually, you'll probably hear it, but I just got an email saying that our attendance was doing really well, literally the same time as she messaged me to ask to come home. I'm just stretching my back out. I need to get back to the gym, man. This body working again. Anyway, here's my steps. I don't think you can see the little white flowers. Oh, you can. They're right at the side between the slab and the step. They're obviously not blooming now, but oh my god, they're so pretty when they are, and they just come down the stairs so lovely. I think I do the kids' heads in because I'm like, watch my flowers! Watch my flowers! Every time the ball comes out. Watch my flowers! Yeah, I am a bit of a flower phobe when I've got bits of the garden done nice. I'm like, can you not? Which is a shame because it's their garden too. But they've got the trampoline and they've got the swing. And they're all getting older now anyway, so. Although it doesn't really stop them. No. Why I? Because you came home from school not well, Georgia. Wow, are you taking the bloody piss out of me? Sounds like you are. And I just got an email, by the way. I swiped down my phone when you messaged me, right? I got an email. Very same time, I got a message for you asking to come home. I got an email for the school saying about your attendance doing so much better.
2 periods didn't change anything.
Just coincidence, innit? And then I got the same kind of email saying that Charlie's attendance stinks.
Yeah, because you let him go to school late.
I don't let him go into school late. I don't let him do anything. He does what the hell he wants. To which he needs to learn his own lessons, unfortunately.
Yeah, so I can get rewarded and he can get punished. So he's grounded and I'm not.
I didn't say you were grounded for coming home, but you're not well, so you can go to bed.
Well, Mum has because I don't have iron, so I don't get peace.
I mean, she'll be sleeping soon anyway, so...
Which makes it worse.
You know what? Do what you want, right? But you're at school tomorrow. And that's that for the family drama. Anyway, I think this is coming up to the end. Yeah, part 1 of my garden clean. It was a very productive day. I really enjoyed it, apart from not recording that part. That was bad. But I enjoyed my Starbucks, so that was good. Swings and roundabouts, right?
What about me, huh?
You were at school.
Paper.
Anyway,
You could have left me.
this is my afters. I think I've put in a little bit of before and afters as well. Pictures. That's the part without the table. It looks so much better. We'll get there. Before and after. It will. It'll look decent when it's all done and weeded and stuff, and I start getting decor bits in and my fence is painted. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. It's been a fun one, and part 2 will be soon.